السلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته. مرحبا بكم في هذا الفيديو الجديد الخاص بأساتدة التعليم أو للمترشحين لمباراة توظيف أطر نظامية الأكاديميات، وهو خاص بمباراة توظيف أساتدة التعليم التانوي دورة دجنبر 2021. المواضيع كنت نزلتم البارح في الفيديو، ولكن اليوم غادي ننزل إن شاء الله التصحيح. إذا مرحبا بكم مرة ثانية. Hi everyone, welcome again to this English channel. So today we are going to present the test or exam correction for teachers who want to be working with the academy as professional teachers. So presented by Ahmed Sayar. Before we start, please like, share, follow and subscribe. Thank you for subscribing. Alright, إذا نبداو مباشرة بالتصحيح. غادي نبداو بمادة التخصص اللغة الإنجليزية اللي دارت دجنبر 2021 السبت من 9 ل 12، كانت تقريبا 3 سوايع. بسم الله على بركة الله. كما قلت لكم هذه واحد مجموعة ديال التعليمات اللي كانت تعطات. أهم شيء هو أن الكوريكتور حاولوا ما تستعملوش، لا ينصح باستعماله، وكذلك الضرب على الأجوبة كذلك لا ينصح باستعمال هذه المسألة هذه. إذا أعطيتكم تكست كنت عطيته لكم قبل، وهذا الآن غادي ندوزو مباشرة للتصحيح ديال comprehension. Alright, so هذا التكست نبداو ب comprehension. So choose the correct answer. So the best title for the text is C. Sustaining the teaching profession. Number 2, accomplished practice refers to practice with the results in professional qualifications. The main idea of paragraph number 2 is teaching is still far from becoming a profession. And number 4, in paragraph number 3, teachers are compared to blue-collar workers because they don't take part in decision making. هذه مهمة هذه. They don't take part لأن أساسا ما كيشاركوش في اتخاذ القرار. وفعلا هذا هو من بين المشاكل اللي في التعليم، هو أن القرارات كتنزل من الفوق، ما كتجيش من التحت من هاد الأسئلة. Number 5, induction plan. Paragraph number 4 refers to the process used within a profession to introduce new employee to the profession and prepare them for their new role. Number 6, said means T. Ariad. Okay. Number 7, the lack of consistency in the quality of teaching. Paragraph number 4 is due to the shortage in the number of qualified teachers. Number 8, most important assets refers to educated children. Next one, put more generously. Paragraph number 5 shows that the writer is less direct in saying what others think. Number 10, some people pursue strategies designed to teacher-proof schools, means that they have plans to trivialize the role of teachers in schools. Number 11, it is not unusual even for teachers to weigh the impatiently on the side of art, means that teachers support the idea that teaching is an art. فعلا هذه مهمة. هذه التعليم فن. الأستاذ خصو يكون كيبغي هذه المهنة هذه باش يمشي فيها مزيان. مي إلا ما كيبغيهاش راه ما غيمشيش فيها مزيان. خصو يكون كيبغيها، كيآمن بها وكيبغيها. Gray backdrop means gloomy situation. The main idea, paragraph number 7, is that the success of any profession stems from the continuous internal efforts of its practitioners. بطبيعة الحال المجهودات ديال الأستاذ هي اللي كتحدد النجاح ديال المهمة ديالو، ماشي القرارات اللي كتنزل من الفوق. معمر القرارات اللي كتنزل من الفوق ما كتكون ناجحة. احنا دابا عندنا واحد مجموعة ديال لي ميثودولوجيز القدامين، وهادي واش باقيين كيسايروا هذا العصر هذايا؟ ابدا نهائيا. خاصنا نفكروا في نيو ميثودولوجيز دابا، خصوصا هذا الجيل هذا اللي هو جيل كامل ديال هذاك ديال الانترنت ديال لا كومونيكاسيون ديال هادي جي اللي هو كيجي عندك ديجا محمل بواحد الباك جراوند قدو قداش انت عاد غتعلمو اي بي سي دي هو كيطير. التعليم خصو يتغير في الحقيقه. In paragraph number 8 the writer is making an analogy between teaching and medicine so as to stress the importance of practical training in teaching. Yes مهمه practical training هذا مهم. دائما الاستاذ ما خصوش يبقى دائما مقوقع بداك الدور ديالو كانه هو مصدر المعلومات. ما بقاتش هذه المساله الاستاذ هو مصدر المعلومات ولا التلميذ هو مصدر المعلومات.
The writer believes
that a set of measures should be taken for teaching to be a profession. Action section number 2 language. نشوف شنو عندنا في language. Which of the sentences is not correct? Sentence B. In addition to being ماشي in addition being ما كاينش in addition to خصك تمشي معها. Which of the sentences is grammatically correct? Is sentence B. Whoever stole my chocolate is in a lot of trouble. Number 18. I'd rather you didn't ask her about her husband means B. If I were you, I wouldn't ask her about her husband. Next one, 19. The deal when the manager them an hour later. بطبيعة الحال they were negotiating the deal when the manager rejoined them an hour later. Number 20. Past continuous مع simple past. كانت عندنا واحد لاكسيون وجات rejoined وجات لاكسيون هذيك وقفتها. Number 20. I had to leave the party early yesterday. But I'm sure you yourself. The correct answer is D. I'm sure you enjoyed yourself. I had to leave. Obligation in the past. إذا خص تكون الجملة في الباست. الجواب للتتمة خص يكون في الباست. Which clause best complete the following sentence? We would have finished before the deadline had she joined us earlier. Yes. Had she joined us earlier. The conditional type 3. Choose the best option to complete the following sentence. As I was about to pay the bill in a restaurant, I realized my wallet had been stolen. Yes. إذا هنايا past perfect. I was about to pay the bill. كنت غادي نخلص ملي اكتشفت لأن my wallet had been stolen. سرقت. فوقاش قبل من نخلص. Choose the best option to complete the exchange. Father. When Jane left the party, the house became dull and boring. Mother. هنا الجواب صحيح هو C. I wish she stayed longer with us. I wish she stayed longer. I wish no. If only الجواب صحيح. If C. If only she had stayed longer. وأنا بقيت كنشك ملي شفت I wish she stayed قلت I wish she stayed وكنشوف فيها كقلنا ما يمكنش أن الجملة عندنا في simple past. هذا wish in the simple past. Wish in the simple past دائما كيكون if only أو لا wish plus past perfect. Number 24. She needn't have discussed all the details means جواب صحيح هنايا B. She unnecessarily discussed all the details. Yes, needn't. Absence of obligation. Number 25. When James stopped smoking, B. Stopped for smoking, he realized that the area was for non-smokers. Wait, no. Stopped smoking بمعنى هو توقف عن التدخين ولكن stopped for smoking بمعنى توقف لكي يدخن. هاد الأسئلة اللي كتكون تخيكي شي حاجة في هذيك في الامتحانات راه داكشي علاش بنادم خصو يقرا ويعاود يقرا ويعاود يقرا وحتى ملي يجاوب يعاود يرجع يشوف داك الجواب لأن كتكون بعض المرات شي حوايج كتشوفهم واضحين ولكن هما راه غالطين. Next one. She was expecting help from her friends but they الجواب الصحيح هنايا هو A. let her down. Phrasal verse. خذلوها. let her down. disappointed her. 27. The document is still confidential. Once we'll share it with the public. الجواب الصحيح هنايا هو once we get hold of it. Yes. عود كذلك هنا مراجعة ديال phrasal verbs. Number 28. Students who participate in extra curricular activities usually perform their peers in speaking. هنا بطبيعة الحال D outperform. Okay, outperform دائما out كتعني التجاوز. Number 29. I saw a huge hairy spider across the ceiling over my bed. إذا هنا بطبيعة الحال C crawling, spider crawling. Number 30. Reforms that do not value the role of the teacher will certainly keep a bite in the dust. هذه Proverbs. Next one. When students feel day at school, they are more likely to learn better. بطبيعة الحال when students feel they fit in at school, يعني they are more likely ملي كيحسوا راسهم على أنهم المدرسة تناسبهم. Number 32. The couple doing anything that was illegal. بطبيعة الحال الجواب صح هو B. The couple denied doing anything. Cherned. Number 33. D of the mayor calling an early election is quite slim. The likelihood of the mayor. Number 34. He is such an arrogant colleague, but I can't put up with his behavior. I can't support. أطيق أحتمل. Number 35. The decrease in global oil reserves and concern. جواب صحيح هنا D. Over gas emission have accelerated the search for. Okay, over. Choose the right option. 36. In a language, words in the same spelling and the same pronunciation but different meaning are called homonyms. Non-fiction texts that give facts and information about the topic are called expository. Which of the following words is not a preposition? طبيعة الحال D is not a preposition. Which qualifier is used only with countable noun? طبيعة الحال A is used only with countable nouns. Only with countable nouns. فقط تستعملوه فقط. بمعنى أن some is used with countable and uncountable. و lot of is used with countable and uncountable. وردوا البال الأسئلة بحال هذه. قراو السؤال مزيان. Is used only بوحدو كيتستعمل. Which conditional expresses a hypothetical situation about the past. هنايا بطبيعة الحال conditional type 3. conditional type 3 دائما كيتكلمنا على الباست. type 2 كيتكلمنا على the present. type 1 كيتكلم على the future. and the conditional 0 كيتكلم على scientific facts. writing بطبيعة الحال هنايا writing عندكم غير ما تقولوا فيه. now غندوزو للاختبار في ديداكتيك المادة. كذلك الانستراكشنز اللي عندكم وغنبداو مباشرة. choose the right answer. In teaching how to make requests, the teacher asks his learners to prepare a dialogue in which they play the role of a new employee asking his boss to pass him the pen on the desk. The following are utterances made by students to make requests. Which one is the most appropriate in this situation? طبيعة الحال D. Could you please pass the pen to me? Could you please لأنها more formal a little bit. Okay. In grammar, a lesson about the simple future. طبيعة الحال هنايا the teacher started the lesson by asking the learners to read a short text and answer a few comprehension questions. The questions were designed to help learners to notice the form of the simple future. Next, the teacher asked learners to work in pairs and do a practice exercise on their textbooks. After the correction, learners were asked to write sentences of their own using the future simple. However, neither the practice stage nor the production stage showed that learners understand what the future simple is about or could use it communicatively. Which of the following stage is not conducted appropriately by the teacher? بطبيعة الحال stage number 2 presentation. أنا دائما خصنا نبداو بالpresentation. ما يمكنش للتلميذ طلب منه يجيب القاعدة ديال الدرس من examples بلا ما توريه الدرس شنو هو. presentation أحسن طريقة you present تقدم باش التلميذ كيفهم باش كيخدم. هذه أحسن حاجة. Nadine teaches English in a school which doesn't use any formal textbooks. Therefore, she often makes a list of the skills which she should target in her lessons. The following is a list of skills which Nadine wants to target in her teaching speaking course. Which of the skills should not be included in Nadine's speaking course? طبيعة الحال C. Understanding the attitude of speakers from his tone. هذه بعيدة بزاف، هذه صعيبة، هذه يعني ماشي في المستوى ديال التلاميذ. 4. In a writing lesson, the teacher asks the learners to work in pairs and read each other's writing, focusing on the following questions. Are all the sentences correctly punctuated? Are there any spelling mistakes? Which of the following labels is more appropriate for what the students are doing? طبيعة الحال C is appropriate. Editing. Next one, in the process writing lesson, Brahim went through these stages. What is the appropriate order of the stages in this lesson? طبيعة الحال the appropriate one is D. Number 5, كم دو selecting the topic and then pre-writing and then drafting and then responding to draft and then number 4, which is proofreading. Number 6, before presenting the target structure, Miss Nadif asked learners to read the text, which includes examples of the target structure. They were asked to answer the few comprehension questions about the text. The teacher also put pictures on the board. She asked learners questions related to the pictures and wrote some of their answers on the board. The activities above are related to the first part of a grammar lesson. This first part may be labeled as طبيعة الحال contextualization. Number 7, while planning a reading comprehension lesson, the teacher came across the following sentence in the reading text. Celestial bodies, including the sun, moon, etc., have fascinated men through the centuries. What would be the most appropriate strategy to deal with the phrase? Okay, the appropriate one is to ignore it and focus on the other words in the text. Wow, voilà. أحسن طريقة، لأن دائما كنركزوا على the context. okay, the context هو اللي مهم. أما إذا جينا نوقفوا في كل كلمة نشرحوها ما عمرنا ما غادي نكملوا. The following is a list of content from the units of an English language teaching textbook, asking for personal information, greeting, asking for direction and distances, asking for prices, asking about time. Which of the following would best describe this type of syllabus? It is notional functional syllabus. Inferring implicitly recited information when reading a text is an important skill. In a reading text about the environment, which of the following tasks can the teacher set to target the development of this skill? طبيعة الحال the student underlined adjectives which show that the writer is not satisfied with the current situation. Vocabulary can be taught to learners using a variety of techniques. Which of the following is an effective technique to teach the idioms? When pigs fly. Which one? طبيعة الحال using a situation. Choose the right answer. إذا نداوم هنايا. غادي نعطيكم هنا مباشرة لأن ما قدرش نقرا هادشي كامل. So number 1, it's C is correct. Pragmatic knowledge. Number 12, الجواب صحيح. Sophie is a middle school student whose native language is French. In her language, Sophie knows that a sentence such as j'ai faim with the verb avoir, to have, is appropriate and grammatically correct. In one of her English second language class, Sophie wants to say that she is hungry and uses the same construction with which she uses in her native language. This resulted in an error in language. I have angry. The teacher indirectly corrected Sophie's mistake, and so she internalized the correct form, which has resulted in changes in her linguistic schema. Using Piaget's theory of cognitive development, which of the following would best describe the mental process which helped Sophie acquire the correct form? طبعا الحال C, accommodation. طبعا الحال وهذا الشيء راه كيوقع حتى في I have 6 years ولا 8 years. دائما التلاميذ راه كيغلطوا في هذه. جي 4 ans 6 ans 18 ans كيقول I have 18 years. كيوقع هذا الخطا هذا كامل. خاص نقولوا I am اوكي هذا خطا اللي هو معتمد بزاف. حتى بالعربيه كيقولوا عندي 15 سنه I have. اوكي Number 13 أعطيكم الجواب مباشرة. It's B. It's going to be total physical response. باش ما نطولش عليكم. Barbara is an English teacher وحتى أنا عاود كيعجبني نقرا هادشي دابا. Who incorporates teamwork and role play into every lesson. She continually stressed the importance of students' interaction with each other. Barbara is helping her students to develop طبيعة الحال interpersonal intelligence. Walid got a D in English in the first semester. His parents promised to buy him a new iPhone if he improves his grade to a B in the second semester. Walid really wanted the iPhone and doubled his study time in English. He got an A in the second semester. Getting the iPhone for his achievement is an instance of طبيعة الحال extrinsic motivation. Number 16 أعطيكم جواب مباشرة. It's reinforcement theory. Number 17 it's A, the audiolingual method. نشوف هذه. At the end of her listening lesson, Mrs. Karen writes on the board examples of sentences which feature the simple past tense from the listening conversation. She then uses these sentences to teach the simple past to her students. This approach of teaching tenses structures is more likely to related to the audiolingual method. Okay, number 18 is going to be D, a performance objective. Number 19 is going to be C, organizer. In the writing lesson, Mr. Muradi tells his class, you have 15 minutes to do this task. Write down your ideas first, then organize them before you start writing the final draft. Once you finish drafting, exchange your writing with another peer and use the checklist to edit it. This is an extract from his classroom. Mr. Muradi is adopting the role of organizer. Yes. John is a new teacher. He knows very little about his students. At the beginning of the year, he wants to evaluate learners' previous knowledge of language so that he could differentiate instructions and care for different learners' need in his classes. هادشي اللي كنعملوه حنا دائما. هادي من بين المشاكل اللي كنلقاوها الأساتذة في الأول. Which of the following tests do you think John should administer? An achievement test, a proficiency test, diagnostic test, a summative test. طبعا الحال B is going to be correct. Diagnostic test. Okay. هنا غادي نعطي الجواب مباشرة. It's going to be intercultural competence. هنا غادي نعطي كذلك الجواب. It's D. The teacher finally graded learners' project and classified them on his desk. هنا كذلك غنعطي الجواب مباشرة. It's going to be B, reliability. وهنا غنعطي الجواب مباشرة. It's going to be B again, filling in gaps with the right adjective to describe the weather. هنا باش ما نتعطلش, one of the approaches to teach vocabulary and grammar is the use of 3 stages referred to as PPP. What do the initials stand for? طبعا الحال it stands for presentation, practice and production. وانتبهوا مزيان, presentation وعاد practice and production. كاين بعض الأسئلة اللي كيبداو من practice عاد كيدوزوا ل presentation اللي هي مزيانة, ولكن بعض المرات ما كتنفعش, كتلف التلامذ بعض المرات. Number 26 is going to be B. Okay, authenticity. And number 27 is going to be B again, using Microsoft Excel to make lists of projects which students have to prepare. Okay. The Moroccan Baccalaureate exam specification stressed that the language section of the test exam should include both receptive and productive tasks. The following are the rubrics of 4 possible exam tasks. Which among the 4 is a productive task? Is going to be B. Complete the missing part of the conversation appropriately. المشكل في البكالوريا هو ان الامتحانات ولاو بواحد الطريقه اللي كتسهل العمليه ديال النقيل, ما بقاتش the productivity كاينه, ولات بحال مثلا كيعطيو غير واحد الكلمه تختارها من واحد مجموعه الكلمات, سهل المأموريه ديال النقيل. وصحيح ما يمكنش تكتشف على ان راه داز العمليه ديال الغش, ما يمكنش. 29 is going to be A, the functional tradition. 30 is going to be B, language learning to develop through drills and repetition. هذه مهمة. Repetition and a drill كتساعد التلامذ على أنهم يحفظوا. احنا ما بغيناش نعملوها في الأقسام للأسف. Number 31, the correct answer is equity. Jamal is a high school teacher. He often has behavior problems with his students. He has recently reached a compromise with them. Students who do not make noise will get extra marks on their tests. The teacher decision raises issue of equity. بطبيعة الحال بطبيعة الحال لأن احنا كنعطيو النقط على العمل ماشي على السلوك. أما باش تعطي النقط على السلوك هذيك راه ماشي it's not teaching. 32. While teaching writing to beginners, Mrs. Ben Isa provides close assistance to students by helping them with ideas and outlining their writing. She also closely monitors their work and gives them feedback on their writing as required. As learners show they have improved their writing skills, the teacher provides them with less support while she allows them to work with peers. What the teacher is doing can be labeled as scaffolding. 33. In one of her lessons, Nejma decided to use ICT to teach the simple past. She took pictures of some practice exercises from textbook, projected them to learners. Students worked on the exercises in pairs and the teacher provided them with the correction later. With the following, which of the following would be more appropriate judgment to form about Nejma's use of ICT in the lesson? طبعا الحال D. Nejma used ICT as an inappropriate way because she only projected what's already on the textbook. طبعا الحال إلا غتستعمل لا بروجيكسيون أو لا داتا شو غتستعملها باش تعمل داكشي اللي عندك في الكتاب سي با لا بين. بلاش خص تعمل شي حاجه اللي ما كايناش في الكتاب، شي حاجه اللي ممكن يعملوها اكسرسايز مثلا يخرجوها مثلا مباشره، شي كونفرسيشن شي حاجه. Number 34 هنعطيكم الجواب مباشره. It's going to be D. By the end of the lesson students will be able to use the past perfect. Teaching tenses راه صعيب شي شويه، خاص ضروري نعملوا the comparative analysis. شنو المعنى ديالها؟ انك تخليهم يفهموا انطلاقا من الفهم لي طون اللي كنستعملوا في العربيه، لان من خلال تعلم الانجليزيه غادي يتعلموا حتى لي طون اللي عندنا في العربيه. past perfect ما عندناش في العربيه، the present continuous ما عندناش في العربيه، ولكن راه كاين في الفرنسي. هاد the comparative analysis the comparative study هذه مهمه بزاف باش تخلي التلاميذ يفهموا. ملي تقريهم the present the continuous قول لهم راه كاين في الفرنسيه je suis en train de faire، ولكن في العربيه ما عندناش باش يفهموا شنو معنى ديال the present the continuous. كذلك the past perfect راه ما عندناش في العربيه ولكن راه كاين ضمني، وقد كان قد فعل قد خصهم يفهموا هذا المنطق، لان التلاميذ راه تجيهم صعيبه باش يفهموا شنو المعنى ديال الباست بيرفكت، ماشي غتعطيهم لهم غير قاعده، لا خصهم يفهموا المعنى ديالو. Number 35 is going to be B. Cognitive process. Number 36 is going to be A. It can be used to display learners' grades on the writing task. Number 37 is going to be C. There is a problem with the task set by the teacher. And نشوف هنا شنو كاين. After teaching the past form of regular verbs, Rashid checked students' understanding by asking them to write answers to the following questions. Where did you go last weekend? What did you do? وهو مقريهم regular verb. وشوف الخطأ فينا هو قراهم regular verb وعاطي السؤال هنا where did you go. السؤال هنا where did you go فيه the verb to go ويقول لك I go. بطبيعة الحال غادي يقول لك I go. هنا كاين خطأ. For which of the following practices can Microsoft PowerPoint be used in language test؟ بطبيعة الحال أحسن حاجة هو أنا عجبني بعد PowerPoint هو اللي خدام به من بين أحسن أحسن الابليكيشنز اللي ممكن تستعملها باش تقري PowerPoint. Providing learners with more updated materials such as photos than those in the textbook. بطبيعة الحال تخدم فيه grammar، تخدم فيه listing، تخدم فيه كل شيء. Number 39, Murad thinks that he should have a virtual platform through which he could share language materials with his learners. بطبيعة الحال الجواب الصحيح هو D. Edmodo. ما كنعرفش أنا Edmodo بيني وبينكم. After silently reading a text in which different experts expressed their opinion about illegal immigration, learners were asked to underline the المهم. الجواب ديال هذا هو B. Analysis and evaluation. Alright, كنتمنى الفيديو يكون سيساعدكم، ولكن النصيحة اللي كنبغي نقول لكم دائما أحسن ميثودولوجي ديال التدريس اللي كتكون نابعة يعني من القسم في حد ذاته. القسم هو يعني القسم اللي كنقول القسم بمعنى كل شيء اللي كيدور على القسم بما فيها التلامذ، الحاله النفسيه ديالهم، الحاله الصحيه ديالهم، الحاله الجسمانيه ديالهم، الحاله الجويه ديالهم، هي اللي كتخليك انك تقررش من طريقه غتقري بها هذا النهار اللي كتخسر على الطرق اللي غتقري بها الايامات اخرى. اذا دائما ما يسمى برياليتي، كلاسروم رياليتي اللي كنسميها انا شخصيا كلاسروم رياليتي، اللي اكتسبتها من خلال العمل ديالي هذه تقريبا 25 سنه في التعليم. كلاسروم رياليتي هي اللي كتخليك تطبق the good methodology of teaching English. صلاة على النبي، هذه هي اللي كاينه. وكما قلت ديك النهار، وهذيك good teacher خصو دائما يكون عنده صوت عالي، لا بريزونس ديالو يكون دائما واقف، يتحرك في القسم بزاف. هذه من بين اهم الاشياء. اذا كان عندك الصوت محني والخط يكون مزيان، الخط ديال السبوره يكون مزيان. اذا كان عندك الصوت محني ما كتقدرش تعلي الصوت ديالك، سي با لا ما تدخل هذه المهنه. هذه المهنه بعد منها. هذه المهنه خاص الصوت ديال الاستاذ ملي يهضر يزعزع القسم، بحيث ان ملي يهضر مع شي واحد الصوت الاستاذ يكون هو اللي غالب، والوقفه ديالو دائما يكون واقف وكيشوف القسم كامل. هذا من بين اهم الاشياء. اما دوك بعض رجال التعليم الله يسمح لهم كيجيو يهضروا بشويه وبصوت منخفض وهادي ويوقفوا ويجلسوا في البيرو، لا هذه ماشي انجليش راه كتقري اللغه، شي حاجه اللي هي حيه. خاص القسم يكون عندك كيغلي، القسم خصو يكون كيتحرك، فهمتوني؟ حتى دوك الاقسام اللي عندك مشاغبين عمل لهم شي حاجه لانهم يستافدوا منها. Thank you very much for watching. This is the end of exam. كنتمنى يكون نفعوكم هذا التصحيح. شكرا لكم، وكنعتذر شويه ديال الرواح وهذه. Before you leave please write like share follow and subscribe. شكرا لكم، ونتلاقاو ان شاء الله في فيديوز قادمين. شكرا، والله جبت يسير والله يسهل عليكم. ولكن اهم حاجه، الا ما كنتيش كتبغي هذا الميدان هذا غا بعد منه. الا كنتي داخل غير باش توظف وتخلص سي با لا بين. خصك تكون كتبغي هذا الميدان، انت باغي تقري، انت عندك حب ديال هذه المهنه هذه. شكرا بزاف،